I took T to be my linear transformation. All right. Now that it is linear, I know T of x plus y is equals to Tx plus Ty, and T of Cx is equals to Ctx. And collectively, these two properties can be written as T of Cx plus dy is equals to Ctx plus dty. I am trying to define kernel T here. So kernel T or null space of T is a subset of the domain that contains all those elements of the domain जिनका image 0 है, यानी सारे वो x such that Tx is equals to 0. That is why it is called null space. Okay, kernel और null space एक ही चीज है. All right, so kernel of T contains all those elements of the domain that are being mapped to 0. Now I'm trying to show that kernel is a subspace of the domain. So subspace कब होगी? जब 0 belong करेगा, and it will be closed with respect to vector addition and scalar multiplication. So now, obviously because T is linear, T0 will always be 0. Now because T0 is 0, so that means 0 is being mapped to 0. Alright? So that means 0 belongs to kernel T क्योंकि 0 का image 0 है. Next, I take two elements in kernel. So I take x and y in kernel. Now because x and y, they are both in kernel. That means x और y का image 0 है. That means Tx is 0 and Ty is 0. I want to show that x plus y belongs to kernel. Alright, this is what I want to show. X plus y kernel में कब होगा? जब इसका image 0 होगा. So I consider T of x plus y. Now because T is linear, so T of x plus y is Tx plus Ty. अब Tx 0 है, Ty 0 है, so that means T of x plus y is also 0. That means x plus y is mapped to 0. That means x plus y belongs to kernel. Alright, then I need to show Cx belongs to kernel. So again Cx kernel में कब होगा? जब Tcx will be 0. So Tcx है क्या? क्योंकि T linear है तो Tcx is same as Ctx. But Tx is 0. So that means Ctx is C into 0. C into 0 is 0. So that means Cx is mapped to 0. So that means Cx belongs to kernel T. So that means all the three properties are true and kernel T is a subspace. Now is it clear? Is it clear now? Okay. Next, there is one more concept that I want to introduce, which is range of a linear transformation. Okay, so range of T. It is also written as RT. रेंज तो वी ऑल नो, जैसे फंक्शन की रेंज क्या होती है, जिसमें वो सारे एलिमेंट्स होंगे कोडोमेन के जिनकी प्री इमेजेस हैं, राइट? सो रेंज टी क्या है? दो तरीके से लिख सकते हैं. पहले, नाउ टी इज फ्रॉम वी टू डब्ल्यू. ओके, तो कर्नल मेरा v का सबसेट होता है, रेंज मेरा w का सबसेट होता है. So range T contains all those W, small w belonging to capital W such that so range of T or RT is a subset of W. Okay, so it contains all those W such that W has a pre-image. That means W can be written as TV for some V belonging to V. This is one way of writing range. The other one is range T is equals to TV for every V belonging to V. This is also how we can write range. Usually we write it like this. Okay, usually we write it like this. So range T contains elements of the form TV. Okay, range T contains elements of the form TV. For example, I'll just quickly take up an example. Suppose I have a function which is mapped from 1 to 3 to A, B, C, D, E. 1 goes to A, 2 goes to B, 3 goes to C. This is a normal function. I'm not taking it to be a linear function. But in this case, it will turn out to be linear only. But anyway, we don't have a vector space defined by 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E. So anyway, we cannot talk about linearity. So if f is a function that is mapping 1 to a, 2 to b, 3 to c, then domain is what? Domain is 1, 2, 3, right? Codomain is what? Codomain is a, b, c, d, e. What is range? Range of f? It will be a, b, c only. Okay, because d and e they do not have pre-images, तो range में d और e नहीं आएंगे. Okay, तो सिर्फ वही elements आएंगे जिनकी pre-image है. So this is how we define range for a normal function, and the same concept is applied here also. So range basically contains only those elements जिनकी pre-image है. This is what I have written. If there is any problem, any one of you, please ask. Okay. Now we can also show that range T is a subspace of W. Okay, we can show this. It is very easy. Let us see how. अभी मैंने आपको क्या बोला था? Because T is linear, so T of 0 is 0. Okay, so that means now what is range T? It contains elements of the form T, V, where V belongs to V. यानी it contains elements of the form T0, T1, जो भी elements हैं V में. Alright, so that means T0 belongs to range T. Okay, but T0 is 0, that means 0 belongs to range T. तो first condition subspace की क्या होती है? 0 belong करता है, तो that is true. Okay, so 0 belongs to range T. For next condition, I need to take two elements in the range. So I am taking Tx, Ty. Okay, so let Tx, Ty belongs to range. ये इनके proof आपको कभी भी नहीं आते हैं exam में, but still I am doing so that you understand how am I saying that these are subspaces. So now Tx, Ty belongs to range. I have to show that Tx plus Ty belongs to range. I have to show this. अगर ये होगा तो second property भी true है. All right. So now let us see. Tx plus Ty है क्या? Now T is linear, so Tx plus Ty is same as T of x plus y. Okay. So I am taking x plus y to be z. So I have written Tx plus Ty as Tz. Okay. And z is what? X plus y. X कहाँ पे है? V में. Y कहाँ पे है? V में. तो z कहाँ होगा? V में, क्योंकि V vector space है. Okay. Now that means I have written Tx plus Ty as Tz. और रेंज में किस तरीके के एलिमेंट है? टीवी के फॉर्म के. दैट मींस टीजेड इज आल्सो देयर इन रेंज टी, सो दैट मींस दिस बिलोंग्स टू रेंज टी. ओके, सो दैट मींस टीएक्स प्लस टीवाई बिलोंग्स टू रेंज टी. इज इट क्लियर? Is it clear? Okay, next I want to show CTX belongs to range. I have to show this. This is the last property that I need to show. So now what is CTX? CTX is TCX. Okay, so now I'm taking Cx to be W, so TW. Okay, so now I've written CTX as T of something, so that means it belongs to range. So that means this is also true. Since all of the three properties are true, so that means range is a subspace. Is it okay? ठीक है? आई विल नाउ टेल यू किस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. ठीक है, ये यूजुअली आता नहीं है, बट आपको पता होना चाहिए कि कर्नल भी एक सबस्पेस है और रेंज भी एक सबस्पेस है. ओके, सो दो टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. फर्स्ट टाइप क्या है? सो फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन दैट कैन बी आस्क्ड, आपको एक लीनियर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन दी होगी, जैसे कि ये. Okay, I'm taking this linear transformation T of A, B, C is equals to A, 0, 0. All right. और आपको कहेंगे कर्नल निकालो और रेंज निकालो. ठीक है, कर्नल और रेंज आपको निकालने के लिए कहा जाएगा. सो और सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन क्या होता है? सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन में आपको एक मैट्रिक्स दिया होगा. ओके, सो आपको A दिया होगा, अ मैट्रिक्स. ऑल राइट, और आपको बोलेंगे कि आप कर्नल और रेंज निकालो टी का. okay, where tx is equals to ax. यानी आपको ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का मैट्रिक्स दिया होगा. ऑलराइट, ए इज नथिंग बट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का मैट्रिक्स. सो एक में आपको ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन डिफाइन करके दी होगी और आपको कर्नल और रेंज निकालना होगा. एक में आपको मैट्रिक्स ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन दिया होगा और फिर कर्नल और रेंज निकालना होगा. अगर आपको ये वाला क्वेश्चन आता है तो आप इस क्वेश्चन में भी मैट्रिक्स निकाल के भी कर सकते हो. ऑलराइट, बट मैं अभी आपको दोनों अलग अलग तरीके से बताऊंगी. सो लेट अस टेक अ लुक. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 मैंने क्या लिया था? t लिया था फ्रॉम r3 to r3 such that t of a b c is equals to a 0 0. मुझे कर्नल निकालना है और रेंज निकालना है. सो नाउ व्हाट इज कर्नल? डेफिनेशन से ही चलेंगे. कर्नल होता क्या है? All those elements of the domain, so all those x y z belonging to the domain is R3, such that t of x y z is equals to 0. right? कर्नल में वो सारे एलिमेंट्स होते हैं जिनकी इमेज 0 होती है. all right, now that means all those x y z belonging to R3 such that t of x y z क्या है? देखिए t of a b c is a 0 0. So t of x y z is what? x 0 0. So this has to be equal to 0. Now, so all those x y z belonging to R3 such that इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? x is 0. all right, x has to be 0. So that means किस तरीके के एलिमेंट्स है हमारे पास? 0 y z, और y और z कहाँ पे है? r में. दिस इज हाउ यू विल राइट इट. ओके, अब इसको हम पैरामीट्रिक फॉर्म में लिखेंगे. सो दिस कैन बी रिटन एज y 0 1 0 plus z 0 0 1. So y z belongs to r. So that means kernel t is nothing but span of 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. So because it is a linear combination of 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. So we'll write this to be span of 0 1 0 0 0 1. ऑल राइट, अगर क्वेश्चन आते हैं फाइंड कर्नल टी तो आप यहाँ पे स्टॉप कर दोगे. यू कैन स्टॉप हियर ऑल्सो, मार्क्स नहीं कटेंगे. लेकिन यूजुअली क्वेश्चन ये नहीं आता है. क्वेश्चन आता है फाइंड कर्नल टी एंड ऑल्सो फाइंड इट्स बेसिस. ओके, तो अब यहाँ तक करने के बाद you can see that both of these vectors, they are linearly independent. So you will write s is equal to 0 1 0 0 0 1 is a basis for kernel t. Is this clear to everyone? यहाँ पे किसी को कोई भी डाउट है तो प्लीज आस्क, else I move on to range. Is it clear? Okay, so now we are moving on to range t. रेंज टी में क्या होता है? रेंज टी बेसिकली कंटेन्स एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द फॉर्म टी एक्स वाई जेड, राइट, वेयर एक्स वाई जेड बिलोंग्स टू R3. ऑलराइट, ये होती है मेरी रेंज. नाउ व्हाट इज टी ऑफ एक्स वाई जेड? इट इज x 0 0 बिकॉज टी ऑफ ए बी सी इज a 0 0. सो टी ऑफ एक्स वाई जेड इज x 0 0. अब यहाँ पे x y z तो रह नहीं गए, सिर्फ x ही रह गया. सो वील स्ट्रेट अवे राइट x बिलोंग्स टू R. There is no yz, so we will not write yz here. Now again, I'm writing this in parametric form. So I get 1 x into 1 0 0. X belongs to R. So that means this is nothing but a scalar multiple of 1 0 0. So I'll write this as span of 1 0 0. Is it okay? So now S dash is equals to 1 0 0 is a basis for range T. Is this okay? Anybody, any problem? Please ask. Okay, so it's clear. Now, since I need to tell you what dimension theorem is, before I end this question, let us just see. Kernel के basis में there were how many elements? 1, 2. So that means dimension of kernel T was 2. डायमेंशन ऑफ कर्नल टी, डायमेंशन क्या होता है? नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स इन द बेसिस. So in the basis there were 2 elements, so dimension of kernel is 2. And here in range we see basis mein there is 1 element, so dimension of range is 1. Okay, now kernel की जो dimension होती है, so kernel का dimension, it is said to be nullity, nullity of T. Okay, what is it called? Nullity of T. And range की dimension को बोलते हैं rank. So dimension of range is called rank of T. Okay, और डायमेंशन थ्योरम क्या बोलता है? डायमेंशन थ्योरम ये बोलता है कि अगर T एक लीनियर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है फ्रॉम V टू W, देन डोमेन का डायमेंशन, सो डायमेंशन ऑफ V इज इक्वल टू नलिटी ऑफ T, nullity of T plus rank of T. ओके, दिस इज योर डायमेंशन थ्योरम. जब भी इस तरीके का क्वेश्चन आता है तो वो लास्ट में लिखते हैं वेरीफाइड डायमेंशन थ्योरम. सो यू फर्स्ट विल हैव टू स्टेट डायमेंशन थ्योरम and then you will verify. How will you verify? I will just quickly tell you. इस क्वेश्चन में you can see dimension of kernel T 2 था, तो इसका मतलब nullity of T is 2. Okay, and dimension of range was 1, यानी rank of T is 1. Now इस क्वेश्चन में domain was R3. Domain was R3. We know dimension of R3 is what? Unmute everyone and tell me what is dimension of R3? 3. So dimension of R3 is 3. And what is nullity of T? अभी निकाला है हमने. Nullity is 2. Rank is 1. So this plus this is what? So nullity plus rank is 3, which is equal to dimension of R3. So hence dimension is verified. Okay. Anybody, any problem? Please ask. Is it clear to everyone? Perfect. Now I will move on to, there is one more example that I have given in the handout. You just go through it. अगर कुछ problem होगी तो next time पूछना. Okay. Abhi for now I am moving on to the second type of question that is usually asked. For that I'll take a matrix and then from that matrix we'll be finding out. So I'm taking T from R3 to R3 such that T of x1, x2, x is equal to 5, 1, minus 1, minus 3, 0, 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. So this is the matrix that is given to you. Okay, so this is the matrix of this linear transformation, and there are a few things that you have to find out. The first thing that you have to find out is basis for kernel. एक एक करके करते हैं. So the first thing is basis for kernel of T. ऑलराइट, जिस तरीके से पहले किया है बिल्कुल वैसे भी कर सकते हो, बट बिकॉज यहाँ मैट्रिक्स गिवन है, सो आई विल बी यूजिंग दिस मैट्रिक्स. So whenever we are given a matrix, we first find RREF of that matrix. Okay, so my matrix is 5, 1, minus 1, minus 3, 0, 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. So the first step would be to find the RREF. Okay, सो व्हेन वी फाइंड आउट द RREF, मैंने ऑलरेडी कर रखा है RREF, तो मैं डायरेक्टली लिख रही हूँ यहाँ पे. सो वी आर गेटिंग 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, minus 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 0. I have given this question in the handout also. Okay, so the RREF is this. Now kernel T होता क्या है? Kernel T it contains all those elements of the domain such that T of those elements is 0. Okay, so this is kernel. वो सारे elements जिनकी image 0 है. So now what is T of x1, x2, x3? It is all those elements x1, x2, x3 such that This into this is 0. So such that 5, 1, minus 1, minus 3, 0, 1. So this into x1, x2, x3 is 0. All right. Now, since we have already found out the RREF, so this matrix is equivalent to this matrix. So that means all those x1, x2, x3 this, such that 1, 0, minus 1 by 3, 0, 1, 2 by 3, 0, 0, 0 into x1, x2, x3 is equal to 0. Is this okay? Everyone? Anybody, any problem till here? Please ask. Okay. So now I am just writing the equivalent system from here. Okay. So I will get x1 minus x3 by 3 is equal to 0. x2 plus 2x3 by 3 is equal to 0. All right. So kernel T is all those x1, x2, x3 such that x1 minus x3 by 3 is 0 and x2 plus 2x3 by 3 is 0. Okay. So this is my kernel. Now here I get x1 is x3 by 3. So x3 by 3, x2 की जगह I have minus 2x3 by 3 and then x3. Now because I'm only left with x3, so I'll write x3 belongs to R. Okay, again I'll be writing this in parametric form, but मुझे denominators नहीं छोड़ने. So I'm taking x3 by 3 common and I get 1 minus 2, 3. Where x3 belongs to R. Is this clear to everyone? Anybody, any problem? Please ask now. So it's clear. So this is nothing but span of 1 minus 2, 3. Okay. So that means S is equal to 1 minus 2, 3 is a basis for kernel T. Is it okay? Clear hai? Now because there is only one element in S, so that means nullity of T is 1. Okay, let us move on to the next part now. In the next part, we need to find basis for range. Okay, now again, A जो मेरा matrix था, उसका RREF क्या आया था? I'll just write it once again. RREF was 1, 0, minus 1 by 3, 0, 1, 2 by 3, 0, 0, 0. This was the RREF. अब रेंज के बेसिस के लिए क्या करना है? आप इसमें से पाइवेट कॉलम देखो. So there are only two pivots. So pivot columns are first and second. Pivot column के corresponding vectors. यानी A में first column क्या है? So A का first column. So I will just take a look quickly. What was A? So A was this. So this is my first column and this is my second column. So these two columns will be the basis for range. Pivot columns के corresponding columns मेरे basis होंगे range का. So my columns are 5, minus 3, 1, 1, 0, minus 1. Okay. So now we'll take S dash to be 5, minus 3, 1, 1, 0, minus 1. So this is a basis for range. और अगर मुझे range लिखना होगा तो how will we write? We'll write range T is span of 5 minus 3 1 1 0 minus 1. Okay, this is how we will leave. Now from here we see the basis contains two elements, so that means dimension of range is 2. So that means rank of T is 2. Is this okay? एनीबडी एनी प्रॉब्लम प्लीज आस्क. मैंने क्या किया, आई विल जस्ट रिपीट इट वंस अगेन. जो मैट्रिक्स गिवन था उसका आरआरईएफ निकाला, आरआरईएफ को यूज करके मैंने कर्नल निकाला पैरामीट्रिक फॉर्म में सॉल्यूशन लिखकर Ax इज इक्वल्स टू 0 का, और रेंज के लिए मैंने पाइवेट कॉलम्स देके पाइवेट कॉलम्स के कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग वेक्टर जो मैट्रिक्स के हैं वो मेरे रेंज के बेसिस होंगे. दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव डन. एनीबडी एनी प्रॉब्लम यू कैन आस्क. इज इट क्लियर? Okay, perfect. Now, next part of the problem is verify dimension theorem. Okay, C part is verify dimension theorem. Now, if we take a look, जो मेरा question था, उसमें मेरा domain R3 है. So, dimension of R3 is 3. Okay. Null space में कितने elements आए थे basis में? There was only one. So, nullity was 1. Okay. And rank range में 2 columns आए थे. So rank is 2. Okay. So 2 plus 1 is 3, which is equal to dimension of domain. So the dimension theorem is also verified. Is it okay? Is it okay? Say yes. Yeah. Okay. There is one more part of this problem. In this, it is asking whether 1 minus 2, 3 belongs to kernel T or not. Okay. It is asking, you will be given a vector and they'll ask you whether it is in kernel or not. Now what you can do is, now just see, kernel में कब होगा ये? By definition it will be in kernel if T of this element 1 minus 2 3 is 0, right? तभी ये kernel में होगा अगर इसकी image 0 है. Now T of x y z is what? A into x y z, जो matrix है that into. All right. So now that means I need to see whether Ax is 0 or not. This is what I have to see. अगर a into 1 minus 2 3 0 होगा तो वो कर्नल में है, अगर 0 नहीं होगा तो वो कर्नल में नहीं है. इस पर्टिकुलर केस में जब मैं मैट्रिक्स A यानी कि 5 minus 3 1 1 0 minus 1 minus 1 1 minus 1, जब इसको मैं 1 minus 2 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करूंगी आई विल गेट 0 0 0. आप करके देख लेना, मल्टीप्लाई करने पे 0 0 0 आ रहा है. इसका मतलब Ax 0 है. दैट मीन्स A into 1 minus 2 3 is 0, यानी T of 1 minus 2 3 is 0, यानी 1 minus 2 3 का इमेज 0 है, यानी this belongs to kernel. So yes, it belongs. And you have to give all of this clarification. Is this clear? Is this okay? Last part of this question is, you are given one vector and you are asked whether it is in range or not. So how do we do that? So you're given 2 minus 1 4 and you are supposed to see whether it belongs to range or not. अब ये रेंज में कब होगा? अभी हमने रेंज जब लिखा था तो हमने देखा था that range T was span of 5 minus 3 1 1 0 minus 1. This was range. Okay. So 2 minus 1 4 मेरा range में कब होगा? When 2 minus 1 4 2. So let me write it like this. 2 minus 1 4 range में तब होगा when 2 minus 4 minus 1 4 can be written as C1 into 5 minus 3 1 plus C2 into 1 0 minus 1. अगर मेरे पास ऐसे C1 C2 exist करेंगे such that 2 minus 1 4 is equal to this, तो 2 minus 1 4 रेंज में है, वरना वो रेंज में नहीं है. So this is like a system. Okay, इसका augmented matrix क्या होगा? 5 minus 3 1 1 0 minus 1 and the right hand side 2 minus 1 4. This is this system. Okay, I need to see whether this system is consistent or not. अगर ये system consistent होगा तो ये मेरा range में है, अगर नहीं तो ये range में नहीं है. तो कंसिस्टेंसी फाइंड करने के लिए हम फिर से RREF निकालेंगे इस मैट्रिक्स का. When we find out RREF, we see we get this 1 0 0 minus 1 3 0 4 minus 11 1. Okay, so I am getting a row like this. मेरा लेफ्ट हैंड साइड तो 0 आ रहा है लेकिन राइट हैंड साइड 0 नहीं आ रहा, यानी द सिस्टम इज right. So the system is inconsistent. Now when the system is consistent, यानी इसका कोई solution exist नहीं करता, यानी this does not belong to range. Okay, so this element does not belong to range. Are we clear? Anybody any problem in the lecture, throughout the lecture?